Hey, I'm Steve Bianchi. We're stuck indoors, got a foot and a half of snow outside, so we're indoors right now reminiscing about vintage Johann kits and also some of the first kits I ever made as a child. I was born in '64, so I've been building models for 50 years. About 1974 or so, my mom bought me this. This is the 1970 Chevy Monte Carlo. It's a Motor City series, which is basically a glorified promo. It's a curbside. No engine, but with that said, a very nicely detailed model. The side art is pretty cool. You can see on the side right there the replication of the box art. And the Motor City series had a bunch of other cars. They had the Ford LTD, the 70 Chevelle SS, the Buick Wildcat, the 70 Cobra Torino Cobra, and the Thunderbird as well. All those things in the Motor City series, which were basically glorified curbside promos, but beautiful models. When I saw this thing, I graduated from Hot Wheels and Matchboxes to AMT models. And you can see right here the rally wheels are really well rendered with hubcaps, the 5-slot wheels, all chromed, all baked as one, but again, nicely detailed. And again, the chassis detail is pretty decent. The rear suspension and dual exhaust is in the box, but with that said, much better than a flat plate on a Matchbox or a Hot Wheels or Corgi car in 1/64 scale. So moving up to 1/25 scale, the first kit I ever had. But the thing of it is, I wanted more detail, so my mom bought me this. This is the Am Javelin by Mark Donohue right here. Great kit right here. And again, this one I glued together. I first tried to use Elmer's white glue. Within 5 seconds, I realized not good, so mom went down to Burnham's Hobbies or Burnham's General Store and bought me some Testors cement, which did do the job. And this is a beautiful kit right here. It's not a curbside. It's a full detail kit. The hood comes off and opens up to show the 355 AMC Trans Am motor. And this also has the 1971-2 roof on this right here. More on that in a second. But a great little model right here. And the roof structure right there baked into the AMC stylist rendition of a roof spoiler. Was fairly, I think it did some work on the high-speed Trans Am tracks. Also has a trunk spoiler in the back, and under the hood a little cowl induction type. Here's the plate that goes on it right there. So a lot of detail on this thing versus the curbside of the Motor City Monte Carlo. So the first model car I ever glued together was this thing right here. And of course we have to remember that Johann also did a rendition of this, and Johann and AMT were sharing tools for many of their kits, including the Javelin right here. Box art is similar, not the same. This is a Donohue. This is the George Fulmer's car, both of them heavy hitters on the 1970, 71, 72 Trans Am circuit right there. Similar kits, but not identical. This one, of course, is a 72 uproof without the rib that we see on the AMT kit. Lots of classic Johann chafe or flash right there. Same guts underneath, but again, this is, well, actually, it's not the same kit. This one actually has a chassis that's got more detail on it. Yeah, you can see right here the AMT kit has way more detail. Well, actually, they have the same chassis. What am I talking about? So the same basic chassis with metal axles that go here. But again, the roof is different on these things. There's no T-bar effect. The 401 logo is right there, 401. And yet again, more Johann classic tree snubs right there. It's a hanger, whatever. But the wheels are similar. The kit is basically the same stuff. And of course, Johann and AMT also shared the Gremlin funny car, and I believe a few other kits. There were definitely Johann and AMT collaborations. So also a Toronado, I think. The old Toronado kits were the same basic kit with different box art. And then here's another iteration of the Johann AMX right here, 1970. Let's see what. Okay, it's a 72 or a 3, or it's a 72 or 3 or 4 because it has a flat roof. Once again, Johann molds things and whatever color happens to be in the bin, this green stuff here, but it's a promo kind of a kit. Has the 401 logos on it right there, but again, this is not a kit that you build with an engine. It's definitely more of a curbside promotional thing. Has a dual exhaust, baked into the classic AMT or Johann type chassis right here. And again, this is not a plate that comes out. It's basically meant to be there forever. So, interesting that Johann used this body in their snap kits right here. Other kits in the series are an Eldorado, an Oldsmobile, and a Torino. So not bad little kits right there. Something weird about this one, though, is that the wheels on this one here are Hurst rims, nothing that came in the original kit. I'm not sure how these things wound up in this AMX kit. The original would have been Magnum 500 5-spoke wheels in this thing for sure, but somehow the parts picker grabbed some Hurst wheels and put them in this bag. Don't know why. And moving on further in Johann, this is a 1970 Javelin from the great days when Johann sold kits that were available and could be built as a Trans Am road racer, a curbside stalker, or a funny car. Yes, a funny car. On the side of the box, we see right there, funny car version of this kit right there. Box art on this thing is delicious. There's the Trans Am car, and here we have the street stalker right there in bronze, brown. great model. And again, the body, this is 1970. It's a different car from the 1971 up Javelin. But with that said, this has a 390. It's an SST, I believe, this thing here. It's not a Javelin. It's not an AMX. It's a Javelin SST. The 390 motor. The emblems right here say SST. Yeah, 360 power, so 390, excuse me, it says 390. Dual exhaust, again, not very detailed chassis. The exhaust system and the rear axle are kind of baked in, but, you know, classic Johan stuff. But beautiful, crisp white plastic. And the Trans Am wheels on this thing are shared with the NASCAR Plymouth and the Dodge and Plymouth NASCAR kits, the Petty car and anything that had NASCAR iterations. Same wheels, these open-faced wheels. Beautiful rims right there, nicely rendered. They have front and back detail on the hubs right there. And the 4-speed transmission. And something kind of weird, this 4-speed has the sort of a remnant of the torque tube from the AMC Marlin kit from Johan, which did have a 4-speed, and the torque tube was in that. So this torque tube thing on the back of the T10 is, yeah, that's a hangover from the Marlin kit from 1965. Go figure. So Johan, good work, but some lapses in other ways. But the kit frame is beautiful. Here's the Logie Brothers style chassis. And again, the 8 3/4 rear axle right here, the center section, also used in the Chrysler turbine car of 1965. So Johan did one thing. They did it right. Why do it again? So a beautiful model in so many ways. Pretty rare kit, too, this thing here. Everything's here, including the wheels and the tires. There's the stalkers right here. And also the 16-inch American racing wheels and the spindle mount 5 spokes up front. Beautiful tube axle up front. Chrome plating is really nice on this one here. And the decals and instructions are decent. They're kind of cool. They show you many different ways to build this thing. And the original decals, I think I've seen these in the Plymouth Roadrunner kit, I think. I'm not sure the 27 number, but the AMC logos on this are definitely from this particular model. And here's the instructions on this thing. It shows how to build it as the funny car. There it is right there, the funny car version. Here, and yeah, funny car, and also the Trans Am car. And all the instructions are here. And I love this with the funny car graphic right there, the logo or the lettering is like in jumbly, funny car kind of a vibe right there. Otherwise, Jim Pascal's NASCAR Grand Touring Racer would be the other one. I guess it wasn't a Trans Am car, it was the Grand Touring Series, which was basically a roundy-round car with a Trans Am chassis setup, I guess, but the Grand Touring Series, I think the Grand Sedans, and they call them too, but not sure. But anyway, kind of weird that the Johan Javelin should show up in an AMT box. Now this stuff here, this version of the Javelin, I think was also shared with AMT. The funny car was, I believe. But again, the weird incestuous relationship between Johan and AMT. You saw it here first. Thanks for watching this video. We'll be back in the junkyard as soon as the 2 feet of snow melts. When that happens, we'll be back in the junkyard making videos. Till then, we'll be in the indoors messing around with model cars. Thank you for watching.